If your child can't behave, it might not be your fault. 5 million American children and teenagers have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, commonly known as ADHD. ADHD makes it difficult, if not impossible, to stay with a duty until it is complete. Peter Levine is a doctor of children's medicine in California. The pediatrician specializes in treating children with ADHD. He says there are many misunderstandings about the disorder. One of the biggest misconceptions is parents think that this is their fault. And he says others find fault with these parents too. Other parents will blame them for it because they see the way these kids are. Other parents will blame them for it because they see the way these kids are acting, and they'll say, "What's wrong with you? Why can't you control your child?" So parents will blame themselves. Another misconception is that the child is really not trying, because oftentimes these kids are trying harder than other kids to control their behaviors. That leads to a lot of difficulties and frustrations. Mr. Levine says the first step in dealing with ADHD is getting the facts straight. In America, the diagnosis rate in children generally is quoted in the range of about 3 to 7% of children. It's more common in boys by about 3 to 1. This is a highly inheritable disorder. They can't get over ADHD. I mean, it's not something that you can make go away. As many as 2/3 of the children who have problems with ADHD will have difficulties as adults. You can't cure it. You have to find ways of coping with it, said Mr. Levine. He says that one of the most effective ways to deal with ADHD is to change the way you parent. And that's what Catherine Ellison did. Catherine Ellison knows the problem well. She's a mother who was always yelling at her son to be quiet, to sit still, to stay on task. She did not know that he had ADHD. She also did not know that she had it too. Buzz, her son, is a child who had many problems in elementary school. He could not sit still. He was constantly jumping up and down in class. He did not pay attention to his teachers and could not focus on the task at hand. As a result, his mother says, he was always in trouble. He also got bullied, and his teachers gave him a lot of negative feedback. She says she is now paying more attention to her son, spending more time with him, being less judgmental, and giving him more positive feedback. And Buzz is reacting well to these changes. He has fewer outbursts at home and at school. He is more centered on schoolwork, and he has a new interest, playing tennis.